I'm going to pretend that we're gathering an audience because we're live. So bear with my fantasy while I check the streams and see if everything is good. And so far, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter / Periscope. Everybody is happy. So a little between the episodes. Episode, not an episode. There's no episode number here, and I'm not doing the audio podcast. I thought, despite the fact that our illustrious president says that the ballots are a disaster, as we discussed in the last episode with Lynn Bernstein, I decided to go online and make my request for a ballot to be sent to me. And I did that, and I recorded it, and I'm going to play it back for you. The playback is going to take like 15 minutes. If you actually go do this online, and some of you already have, if you go do this online, it'll take less time than that. What takes me all the time is just going through, looking at all the things that don't apply to me. Military, assisting someone, things like that. Those things don't apply to me, but I had to look through them to make sure I wasn't going to miss something. And perhaps it would be a good idea for you to take the time to look through all those instructions. So now, if you watch this, you'll have an idea of what you're going through to get. This is your online application for a mail-in ballot. You can't vote online, but you don't have to mail in for the application for a ballot anymore. Now you can do it online, and they'll send it to you in, I don't know how long, and then you fill it out, and then you take it. You can mail it back in. You can take it to the Board of Elections. You can take it to any active early voting site when they're open. Got a bunch of options, but let's just one thing at a time. We'll go mail in our, no, we're not going to go mail in our ballot. We're going to go online. I got to remember what I'm doing here. We're going to go online and request a ballot. We'll do our application online, request a ballot, and they'll send it to us, and we'll get the actual ballot, and we'll be done with all the voting. Can I make this start? I'm going to try to fill out my North Carolina absentee vote by mail online. I believe we start at the North Carolina Board of Elections. And I think that's NCBOE. Let's just let Google confirm that. Okay. NCBOE homepage. And sample ballots are available. I don't want to do that right now. I want to do voting. I see voting here, but I'm also seeing something down there that says absentee ballot tools. Request and track your absentee ballot with 2 new online sources and more. Okay, let's check the tools. Somewhere here. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. The absentee ballot request portal. So ignore the advertising here, and we'll just go to the portal. And in this box is the ballot tracking. I've got nothing to track, but we'll do that later. North Carolina absentee ballot request portal. Make it bigger for television. So request an absentee ballot, access military overseas voter services. All right, so I'm right here in North Carolina. I'm not military, so we're going to do the request an absentee ballot. If you are a North Carolina registered voter, not military overseas, and wish to request an absentee by mail ballot television, please use this portal. If you're not a registered voter, click here. Okay, I am registered. You must be a registered voter. If you're not, click there. I am. We need some information to locate your voter record. If you are a near relative or legal guardian requesting on behalf of a voter, please provide the voter's information. Okay, I'm doing this for me. And we'll complete the following fields. First name, Gary. Last name, Pierce. Pearce, please. Date of birth, 10/22. And way back in 1949. Do we go all the way back that far? Back. Sherman, go to the Wayback Machine. 1949, and I am in Wake County. Appears I've got all the required fields filled out. What's down below there, just in case? Okay, nothing of consequence. Okay, going to be asked to provide the information on this page for verification purposes. Driver's license number or ID card, last 4 digits of the social, depending on what the voter's registration record is. And if the number I provide matches the record on file, I will continue to the next page and fill out the absentee ballot request form. I am not going to do that on TV. So I will fill out a number there and a number there and then hit the continue button, but I'm not going to show you. So we'll be right back. So I will note that it wanted either my driver's license number or the last 4 digits of the social. So I gave it my driver's license number. And tell you what, I'm going to step back. I mean, that's me. But I'm going to step back and change to the social and see if it finds me okay doing that as well. So once again, click you off and click you back on. It found me again. And just me, nobody else. Nobody else with my name, birth date, and last 4 digits of social. So it knows where I am. And it didn't ask for my address in any way. So now what? Your County Board of Elections must receive the completed and signed absentee request form by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 27th. The form may be returned by the voter, the voter's near relative or verifiable legal guardian, or a multi-partisan assist team. Okay, I'm probably going to do this myself, but if you have someone who needs help, you need to be a near relative or a verifiable legal guardian or part of a multi-partisan assist team. And I can drop it off in person, by the U.S. Postal Service, by DHL, FedEx, UPS, or I can return it by email or fax. That's interesting. The name I give on the form will be used to update my voter record. I must provide my date of birth and one of the following as identification: a North Carolina driver's license or last 4 digits of social. These seem like things I've already just done. I'll receive the ballot based on where I have resided for 30 days or more before the election. If I'm temporarily living away or displaced from the residence where I'm registered to vote and intend to return later, then I am not considered to have lost my place of residence. It can remain my residential address for voting. However, if I have abandoned my place of residence and intend to stay at a new address indefinitely, then I should register at my new residential address. Be sure to include the new address where you want the ballot sent in Section 4. Got a feeling some more information is coming up here. Include the new address in Section 4 if I'll be away from my residence or mailing address. If I've moved within my county, then I may use this form to update my residential address or my mailing address. Okay. All that stuff is blah, blah, blah because I haven't moved. If I don't complete this section, my ballot will be sent to my mailing address. If no mailing address is listed, it will be sent to your residential address. Is this complicated or is this simple? It seems complicated because I just want them to send it to me. I've always lived here for 15 years. So let's see. If you want the ballot sent to my mailing address, please provide the address, even if you think we have it in the voter record. So just double check. Please provide the information for the voter if I'm a near relative. Okay, not. Near relatives or legal guardians may request a ballot on behalf of the voter. All voters are entitled to assistance from their near relative or verifiable legal guardian. And here's what a near relative is: spouse, parent, grandparent, mother-in-law, brother, child, grandchild, father-in-law, sister, stepchild, step-parent, or son or daughter-in-law. So that answers the question about whether I can help my stepmom. I am a stepchild. I could help her. I'm going to continue to bypass this extra information, make sure that I don't bypass something I need. I'm pretty good at doing that. Complete this section if you claim North Carolina as your voting residence and are, military, merchant marine, National Guard, or spouse, or living outside the country. None of that applies. The form must be signed by either the voter or the voter's near relative. Regarding type signature is not allowed. Okay. And here's the actual request form for the November 3rd, 2020 election. Okay, got to edit that because it had my Social Security visible. Don't want that. So I jumped past the spot where it was showing my Social Security number because I don't want you to see that. I know you can probably find it in 20 seconds with a good web lookup, but I'm going to make you do that work. I'm also going to make you do the work of finding my current residential address, but I'm going to fill that out. And then it's going to have, where do I want the ballot mailed? You can leave the item blank if it's going to my mailing address. And then contact information. Email and telephone in case you've got a question concerning the request. So I'm going to do all that without putting it on the show. Not requesting for a relative, not helping anybody, not military overseas. And check if you would like to request absentee ballots for all elections held during this calendar year for which I am eligible to vote due to a continued or expected illness or disability. Okay, there's only going to be one election as far as I know, so don't need any of that. So let me fill out those mystery items and we'll be right back. And I got all that filled out. Still at the bottom of the same form. Click continue. And it's going to have me review that information. So once again, please stand by. All right. We have skipped over my personal private information. And again, this form has got all the extra stuff that doesn't apply to me, but could very well apply to you. And they need it to be there, I guess. Back to continue. A signature is required to return the absentee ballot request. If I'm using a touchscreen device, which I am not, please sign my name in the space below using a finger or stylus. If you're not using a touchscreen, sign your name in the space below using your mouse. Okay, I'm actually using a tablet with a pen, an option that they don't consider because, who does? But it is going to let me sign my name more or less. So let's see. Changed screens. Okay. Think it's safe to continue. That would be even more awkward with a mouse. It would be like super clunky to sign with a mouse, but this signature thing, it's a thing. Okay, review application. Once again, I'm pretty sure it's going to go through all that stuff I don't want you to see, so hang on a second. We'll be right back. And now we are just looking at the bottom of that form. Yeah, the stuff that's above here is my personal information again. So now just at the bottom of the form, this is a preview of the application, all ready to go. Close preview. Click on the button below to review the ballot application. I think I've done that. Click on, to make changes, click on the back button. Your application will not be submitted until you click the submit button below. Okay, so I got to look a little lower, and there's the submit button. So I've already reviewed the application. I just came back here. I didn't know submit was going to be there, probably because I didn't read all the instructions. So submit. Submitting. Your absentee ballot request has been submitted to the County Board of Elections. Your request was submitted on November 28th, 2020 at 1:38 p.m. Your request will be processed in approximately 2 to 3 business days. So now, I wonder how quickly things show up in the ballot track thing. And I'm not finding that here. Let's go back to NCBOE. View the tools. Absentee ballot tracking. Get started. Note this system does not change or update your voter registration. You must have a valid absentee request on file with the County Board of Elections to use ballot tracks. If you have not requested your absentee ballot, please visit our online request portal. Due to high volume, it may take several days after submitting your request before a status is available on ballot tracks. Okay, so I've just put it in. Probably not going to show up. But what the heck? Register, log in. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to do this offline just in case it pops up wanting something secret from me, and we'll see what happens next. Didn't really want anything super secret. I am not a robot. Let's see what happens with register login. Okay. My information doesn't match any voters with a current absentee request on file. Please double check that what I've entered is correct and make sure that my first name is the same as the first name on my voter registration, which it is. But like it said, it may take several days after submitting your request for a status to be available in ballot tracks. That doesn't make a lot of sense because this is all computerized. It could be instant, but it's not. So, all right. I believe we're done.